Welcome to Bucharest, Romania. This weekend is the only place to be because it's the first FIFA Global Series major of the year, FUT Champions Cup, Stage 1.
A new season, a new game and some new faces. And all the signs are set for another season of twists, turns and edge of your seat excitement. That's
right. Before we kick things off, let's take a look back at the fantastic 2019 season.
Last season, we had twists and turns throughout the year in the FIFA Global Series.
Players took part in dozens of tournaments all around the world with just one goal on their mind.
The FIFA E World Cup.
Tekkz took the field by storm, and at times, the young Englishman looked totally unplayable with win after win.
Defending champion MS Dasari made a gallant defence of his E World Cup crown, pushing his rival Tekkz all the way.
Then there was the young Argentine Nicolas with ice in his veins. He dominated his side of the competition.
And so to London. 16 PS4 players
and 16 Xbox players qualified for the main event,
the FIFA E World Cup.
So who would be crowned the new king? For Tekkz, it wasn't to be, after elimination in the group stages.
MS Dasari challenged right up until the final, but he faced a German in his best ever form.
Mo Alba proved to be the surprise package of the tournament, beating Nicolas and Dasari to take the title.
A new season. Could we have a new name on the FIFA E World Cup trophy?
It all starts here in Bucharest, Romania, in the FIFA Global Series for 2020.
The first major tournament of the year, the FUT Champions Cup Stage 1.
The familiar names are back and they're joined by some new ones too.
They're all here to fight for prestige,
honour
and prize money.
Everyone's ready.
Let the games begin. The players are taking their first steps towards the FIFA E World Cup, and you can feel the tension and excitement across the city. So this is the first chance to see who the big players are going to be this season, because progress here in Bucharest is a chance to earn some big points.
And points mean prizes. We've got 2,000 points up for grabs at the FUT Champions Cups, and as you can see here, 2,000 points is going to be very important.
Yes, as Spencer just said, 2,000 points for every FUT Champions Cup, 2,000 points for a FIFA Major, then it goes down to 850 points for licensed qualifying events, and some of the official league partners events too.
And don't forget the all-important Weekend League as well, 30 points available every month in Weekend League.
Plus, there's a prize pool.
Yes, $50,000 is up for grabs for the grand champion here in Bucharest. The runner-up will be taking home $30,000.
And they'll all be eyeing up that 50k. But there's a long way to go, isn't there, Spence?
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the big names competing, starting off with the PS4 side. None other than the world champion Mo Alba is here. We've got the Argentinian Iceman, Nicolas, we've got Yago, Lost in the Waves, Tuga, and of course the French phenomenon, Maestro.
And then over on the Xbox side of things, we all know about Tekkz, who's won the first FUT Champions Cup 2 years running. So he'll be sure to fancy his chances. There's his rival, big rival, MS Dasari. There's the Germans, Dylan Mike and Megabit. Then there's Sakul, Lyrics, so many names.
Well, I can't wait to see the action. We're not far away, but first, let's take a look at how the tournament works, shall we?
Yes, we have 3 days of action, and we have 64 players, 32 on each console. And the first day is all about the Swiss format. And Spencer, we know how much you love to explain that format.
Yep, love the Swiss format. It's 5 rounds, so you need to get 3 wins to go through. You always play someone with the same record as you. That means if you win a game, you play someone else that's won a game. You need a 3-2 record or better to get through to day 2.
Day 2, it's the round of 16 for each console, and that's where we may start to see some big names falling. And then finally, Championship Sunday. Console semi-finals, the 2 console finals, and then the big one, a cross-console grand final.
Well, I'm ready, but I think it's time to hear from some of the players who will definitely have their eye on the big prize.
It's not easy to say who's the favorite because it's the first tournament of the year. I think the most people who was quite good last year, they will be also good this year, like Dostry, Tekkz, Nicolas, I hope me. It's like I always surprise, but I think Dostry and Tekkz will be go far.
My favorite in the World Cup was me.
Favorite to win, I think I have two. One PS, one Xbox. PS Tuga, I think he's on fire right now. And I think Tekkz Xbox, so should be a final.
My favourite to win the tournament? I don't think it's me this time, from what most pros think. There's a kid called Diogo, he's really good. Harry, he's decent, so yeah. I don't see myself as favourite, but it wouldn't surprise me if people think I'm going to win.
The first thing that comes in my mind when I hear about Romania is FUT Champions Cup.
Romania, maybe Hagi, I know how to say, but you know, the icon.
It doesn't really matter where the tournament is, unless it's like a nice night out after the tournament, because I'm 18 now.
Well, there you go. What better way to kick things off than with this tasty tie?
Yes, it's the current world champion, Mo Alba, up against one of the E-Nation Cup winners, Maestro. And surprisingly, Spence, I think it's safe to say Mo Alba is the underdog on this one.
Well, I mean, he's had a whirlwind few months since winning the title. He's been everywhere, meeting all the celebs. Has he taken his eye off the ball? Meanwhile, Maestro will be a little bit dissatisfied with his ending to last year. He could be more hungry than ever. It's set up perfectly for a big game. Coming up next, all the action from round one as the biggest names in FIFA go head-to-head in the first major of the year. This is it. We are moments away from kickoff. Two guys I want to hear also with some predictions are our casters for the game. So Dan and Mark.
Apart from the World Cup last year, he beat him all the way through the season, 3 different separate occasions. So Maestro seems to have Mo Alba's number, apart from that one pretty big asterisk in the E-World Cup final.
I'm going to go with the same as last season and just predict against Mark at all times, so I think Mo Alba's going to take this one.
Here we go, ladies and gents. It is time to officially kick off our FIFA 20 season. Maestro now on the counter-attack. Huge chance for Maestro, and he takes it. Created chances. He had a lot of chances. That quite comfortably could have been a 2-3 goal lead for Mo Alba.
Drag back there is Tekkz, surely into R9. There's the shot, and we said about goalkeeper saves sometimes. Unfortunately, on that occasion, Van der Sar could not get enough power behind for Goal Machine to equalise. He will. Just like that, all he needed was one chance, and he's straight back in this game.
Really smart finish as well from Goal Machine.
Chance for Tekkz now straight away. That's all it took. One chance straight down the other end, shimmy to go inside, went the other way on that right foot. It looks as if Tekkz will get his season rolling in the right way.
First game of the tournament, first game of the new FIFA, you always have nerves, so I was playing a bit nervous. You can see it in my defending in the first game.
We have future FC's Houston taking on West Ham United's new signing as well. Yago is leaving so much space. And a carbon copy finish from R9. Ronaldo doubles the lead here for Yago. Maybe a chance here for Neymar. Little flip-flap, big chance! Big goal! Houston finds a way back and he halves the deficit. We're actually going to leave that game to one side right now, and we're going to go and join another game now, and I'm sure a lot of you are very, very excited to watch this one, because it is the newly signed Tundra Esports MS Dasari going to be taken on Megabit. What a game that is. You can almost see that that's just breathing confidence here into Megabit. Eusebio for 2! This is how good Megabit can be. Megabit then, who picks up a huge win over MS Dasari there, 3-0, and you can see Megabit disappearing immediately, maybe just to take his mind off of FIFA for a few seconds, having just mentally exerted himself for so long in that particular game. But questions have to be asked of that man on your screen here, MS Dasari. Not the start that he would have wanted, Dan.
I'm really confident right now. From the last years, you know me as an offensive beast, but with the first 2 matchups, I haven't conceded a goal so far, so I feel really confident. And obviously, Dasari had a few chances in the first leg, but he didn't score, and in the second leg, it was all my game. And with 2 goals within 5 minutes, I had all the confidence, and he rushed things a bit, so it was completely my game.
And Rafsu's 6-0 win as well. 8 goals for CEC Senna against Tigray, and Tekkz, as we know, gets another win, so he's 2-0 as well. So Tekkz doing what Tekkz does, particularly in his first tournaments, as we've seen before. Very good chance he could do it for the 3rd year in a row.
His teammates out the tournament. Roy Feldman does leave 0-3. This is a 5-5 scoreline, Richard. They couldn't be separated in game number 1 clearly. It was a 2-2 scoreline. Richard Buckley, we're into our first penalty shootout that we've been able to commentate on this year. Up steps Tuga first with Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a penalty shootout. Decide who will pick up another win. Huge save.
This is where the nails get bitten.
Pull it now for Tuga. You see, he takes a few more seconds on this one. Needs to score. It will go down the middle, and it's saved. And if Houston can score this, it will be game over. Houston will go 2-1 into round 4 of Swiss. Up he steps to pull it. Oh, it's saved again.
Sam Brocha up to the spot for Houston to score and to win. Houston 2-1 against Tuga.
Wow.
Woof. That's penalties in FIFA 20 for you. No cursor. You're going to see a lot of misses. It's whoever can keep your bottle.
What a first leg that was. 9-goal thriller. And Diogo takes a 5-4 lead into our second leg. I need a drink. Oh, there's loads of space back for R9. This could be the game. And the celebration from Diogo. I think it's more a release of pressure, to be honest with you.
How am I feeling? To be honest, I think I'm playing my worst FIFA ever. But we somehow managed to get to 2-2. We lost to 2 top players, Razek and Dax. Dax was actually in the last minute as well, so that loss kind of put me down a little bit. I was 1-2. Thought I was like, oh, you know, it's tournament's over for me. We go again in 2 weeks. But we get that win there against a very good player in Senna. And yeah, 2-2, anything can happen. I hope. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's good at this event, so I don't know who I'm going to get. You know, we'll see who we get, and we'll go from there.
We are going to penalties. Harry will be up first. Eusebio is going to be the man to strike the first penalty towards goal. A miss and he's out, and Harry will go through! And Harry makes the save! And Harry stays alive.
2 wins, 2 losses, 2 penalty victories for Harry. It's one thing he does pride himself on, is penalty shootouts.
Here we go then, round 5 of Swiss format.
At 2-2 right now on PlayStation. Agit Power, Yago, Tugo, Neza, Umut, Sneaky, Mens, #Harry. Some of the biggest names on Xbox. Get ready for this. Royal, Phil SKS, Rafsu, Dax, Resende, Diogo, Sakul.
Pull it. Back to Pele again. Oh, this is beautiful from Lost in the Waves, and it's a great finish as well. We could honestly see this as a 5-5. Look at that run from Ronaldo in the box as well. It's R9 trying to drive forward, expecting to play it towards the back post. Doesn't even need it. And it is going to be 5-5, 10 goals within this first leg. He's coming into this final matchup against a very, very good player in Houston. Houston was able to do enough. We saw enough goals.
Yeah, I'm feeling very good. That game was a horror show. That was not even football.
So Mike Labelle, our resident FIFA analyst, has been keeping up to date with all the action, and we have just seen that the current world champion Mo Alba's final game has gone to penalties. If he loses this one, the world champion is out. Mike Labelle, what is happening?
Mo Alba, Agit Power, penalty kicks, world champ Mo Alba. If he goes out here, he's out of the tournament first day, day one. And it starts with a save. That's not what I was expecting to say. Oh boy. Oh, he should have got that. He should have had that. Van der Sar let him down. Remember, penalty kicks are kind of tough this year. Oh boy. Mo Alba has to convert here. I'm not biased, I'm just saying world champ. We don't expect him to go out on the Swiss stage. He converts, okay. We've seen some turnarounds and penalty kicks. Sorry, I'm sweating. Shake it off. Ooh. This has to be a conversion. He has to convert. Oh, he hits the post. That's it. That's a wrap. Congrats to Agit Power. Mo Alba's out. Eliminated. Won't see day two.
Then on the other side, I think Rafsu there just squeezing past Fresende. I think that was a pretty big result as well. You've got Goal Machine. I think that means he goes out as well. He's gone out of there to FIFA, FICO.
So two players
that
were invited in the top four.
Yeah.
The Masters, gone.
Well, after the match, we caught up with the defending E-World Cup champion.
It's difficult for me as an offensive player to play that style who brings success in FIFA 20 to play that defensive style with position. I tried to attack. So yeah, I had to play a lot to 2 weeks again here.
But how difficult has it been, I guess, from going from world champion and everything that's been thrown at you in the last couple of months to obviously you got the Masters spot to coming back here? Like, obviously you've had so many distractions. Just tell us about that time and kind of having to get back and playing the FIFA and getting back in this game.
Yeah, it's I think not that easy like always to play a lot because you have like more meetings, content. You do more content, interviews.
Hanging out with Jurgen Klopp.
I want to hear about that in a minute. It's such a good story.
Yeah, I was like really busy the last week, so was not that in the grind with the other players, but I had a great time. So it's not an excuse because I practice a lot, but I had also it was great 2 months after the World Cup.
Spencer mentioned Jurgen Klopp there. If everyone at home doesn't know, just tell them the story about your encounter. Was it the Best Awards?
Yeah, I meet all the best players in the world, and then also Jurgen Klopp. When he walked to me, I was like a fanboy, want to talk with him, but he said like, "Hey Mo, I always talk with my sons about you," and like this. It was crazy that he know me, and one of my best days, I think.
Well, what a way to end day one. The world champion Mo Alba is out. However, Tekkz remains in the competition. That means he's still in with a chance of winning another FUT Champions Cup here in Bucharest.
And tomorrow it's down to the knockouts, but there are still some other big names left in. We have MS Sassari, Nicholas, Maestro, Ooston and the youngster, Dullen Mike. Can any of those guys stop Tekkz?
We're going to find out all that and more coming up next.
Vieira, Eusebio. Now into Pele. Lovely little fake shot, and he finds the first goal of the tournament of the FIFA 20 competitive season. And it's Pele, the icon himself, the Brazilian, scores the first goal for the Frenchman.
Chance for Goal Machine to equalise, he will. Just like that, all he needed was one chance and he's straight back into game.
So round one saw us lose a world champion. With the rest of the round of 16 matchups, see any other shocks?
Tekkz, MS Tassari and Nicholas all had tough starts to the round of 16, but let's see how they fared in those matchups.
We saw Tekkz go undefeated yesterday, 5-0. He absolutely just ran a train through everyone, whereas Sakul, he went 3-2, but he beat some big players. He took down Dax in his final round and knocked Dax out of the competition.
We're into our first game of the day now. We are live here from Bucharest.
And that's going to be that 0-0 then in the first leg. Nothing to separate them, but very much heavily dominated possessionally by Tekkz. So there's that driven pass that we talk about.
A little bit of space here, and R9 gets a little bit fortunate, and it is fortune that has changed the game here for Fnatic's Tekkz. And you have to feel a second goal at this point would be game over. Vieira now finds Garincha, who turns into space, and surely that has to be a penalty. And that's Tekkz at his best. A couple of quick step overs. Exiting the second one, that little speed boost just to get past his man, a rash tackle. And now Hullet has the chance to win this for Tekkz, straight down the middle of the goal. And Tekkz will double his lead. This is the chance here. Ruud Hullet has all the time in the world. And almost from the penalty spot, like we saw a moment ago, Ruud Hullet slots it home, and I saw a little dance coming in from Tekkz there. I'm not sure that we've seen that before. Now we're moving over to Diogo versus Dolomic, 4-4. I believe, and we are into extra time.
Two of the most promising talents in FIFA esports at the moment. Dolomic, of course, the youngest ever FUT Champions Cup winner, against Diogo, also another youngster from the United Kingdom. That's going to be the whistle blowing as well. And what a chance for Dolomic to go 3-2 up in the shootout. It's R9,
oh,
it's saved
missed.
though. It's so hard, these penalties.
So all tied up now, sudden death. Patrick Vieira strikes the post for Diogo. And Dolomic has the chance to win it from the spot. Hullet steps up, he buries it. And Dolomic goes through on penalties. And you can see what it means to him.
Tassari versus Spider Kong. The Saudi Arabian going up against the Brazilian here. And we're into extra time as well. And Spider Kong is 3-2 up against a former world champion in MS Tassari.
What a performance this could be from the Brazilian, and what a statement this would be. You can see Tassari using the offside trap there, and it is effective to get the ball back. Beats the offside trap this time. CR7, back to Eusebio! And Spider Kong, he might have taken down the king of the jungle.
We've lost Mo Alba, the current world champion, and it looks like we're about to lose Tassari, the previous world champion. What an amazing moment that is for Spider Kong.
Referee just has to blow the whistle. Tassari ends his own misery by putting it out of play, and what a result for that man. Spider Kong moves into the quarterfinals.
Not only a quarterfinal, but taking down a previous world champion, taking down MS Tassari, one of the best to ever play in any iteration of FIFA. That is a huge moment for Spider Kong's career.
Well, there's an all-South American clash here. We're going to jump into Nicholas versus Lucas Rep. And look at this, the favourites are struggling so far here in Bucharest. And it's Nicholas who is chasing this game. Lucas Rep on the edge, on the verge of a huge result here against one of the best PS4 players that we have. Cristiano Ronaldo looking to get a little bit fancy inside the box, but just couldn't get the strike away. And it is going to be the Brazilian double coming in here in Bucharest. Nicholas is out of the tournament, and Lucas Rep will move on into the quarterfinals.
So more big names fall. Nicholas and MS Tassari are out, meaning the console quarterfinals are wide open.
A new feature for this year is the FIFA Global Series Masters, which means the top 4 on each console automatically qualify for the next FUT Champions Cup. So basically the quarter-finalists all have the chance to play for Bucharest Stage 2, plus points and cash.
I'm going to go for Tekkz, still unbeaten, 5-0 in Swiss, won his knockout game, his first knockout game. I honestly think he's going to go and win this for Champions Cup.
So I'm going Phil. He's got no pressure. He's going in. He's just going to play his FIFA, and he's going to knock Tekkz out.
Back, and surely did enough there, and Tekkz, and surely does enough in that exact area, getting the ball into Eusebio on the edge of the box, and not missing on that occasion.
Yes.
Great finish from the icon.
Straight after half-time.
Hullet did stand in the way, and Tekkz could be on for a second in this game. This will be the last chance of the match. R9, one-on-one. If he can just maybe play the ball across, then Mbappe back defending, clears out for a throw-in. And thankfully, Phil SKS will be thinking to himself, I've got away with that one. And it's full-time 1-0. It's 3-0 to Tekkz. And with literally 40 minutes, if that left, Richard, it's an absolute mountain to climb for Phil.
Mentally, we're perfect at the fundamentals.
No. Oh no, Richard. And that will be, unfortunately, the end of Phil Esquerce's FUT Champions Cup campaign here in Bucharest. He was waiting to jump into a pause to have one final chance, one final go at it against Tekkz, and ball went back to the goalkeeper. I think he just dropped it at his feet. Enough to send Tekkz into the semi-finals, and that'll be all we'll see of this man for day 2 in Bucharest. He'll be back again for day number 3, our first championship Sunday.
FIFA Global Series Masters, which means, of course, this is yours, not mine. Which means that you've qualified for the next event.
The whole tournament I felt comfortable defending. I haven't really conceded many goals. I think I've conceded like 8, and I don't know how many legs of FIFA that is, but that's quite a lot since I'm in the semi-final now. So defending I've been fine, but attacking is either I have it or I don't. So like today I haven't attacked very well, but today's over now for me. So we're going to tomorrow, and hopefully I can attack like I did yesterday and score some nice free-flowing goals.
Best name in the game, Spider Kong. He's going to win.
I'm going to go with Spider Kong as well, just from who he's beaten in previous rounds. I think he's in good form, and I think that's going to give him confidence to go pretty deep in the tournament, to be honest with you. It will be FIFA Feature, who's playing in the blue kit, the blue and white now, attacking down this left-hand side against Spider Kong. No surprise to see him in that Brazilian home shirt, the famous yellow and blue, as Roberto Carlos, a Brazilian himself, starts the first attack of the game here, and it might be the first goal of the game. What a start that is. Here is Mbappe. Can he make the difference here for Spider Kong? Hull it now. Big chance, and he takes it. He only needed one chance, and it's the man that we haven't seen too much today, Cristiano Ronaldo. There was Lionel Messi just dropping into that pocket of space. The Argentine. So much magic in those boots, and he's got it onto his left foot as well, and there is the magic. Lionel Messi points to the sky, and from 1-0 down, what a turnaround it's been. It's now 2-1 to Spider Kong.
He's going to walk away with a goal advantage going into leg number 2.
Oh, here for Spider Kong would just give him a little bit of respite. CR7 onto that left foot, back to R9! And he is just a special player when you give him a chance to strike a goal. Ball in behind here from Spider Kong. Cruyff with a real chance to finish it off! And that's what you wanted to see as a reaction.
Spider Kong is looking deadly on this counter-attack.
Oh, what a ball that is, and again, Cruyff's in to finish it! And Spider Kong roars!
My question to you, though, a serious one, is can he beat Tekkz?
I mean, the way that he's playing at the moment, it's certainly a possibility. I know we always say there's always a possibility to beat Tekkz, but this has been a complete performance, and that's what I've been looking for from players throughout the tournament.
I just gave all of me, you know. I put in my heart in the game, and it was good.
And we have got a tweet we can look at, actually, from Lyrics.
Yeah, this is it.
Won my last game 6-0, through to knockouts. Unfortunately, opponent Rafsu didn't want to shake my hand, so next time we're going to hit him for 10. So he wants to go even bigger than 6-0. I mean, there's no love lost, is there?
Could this be the first goal as well? There's the finesse, and there's the goal. To get this quarter-final underway, and it will be FUTWIZ Lyrics that breaks the deadlock. We know what R9 can do. Left foot, right foot. It always seems to be going in.
We're perfectly poised going into the second leg with only a 1-goal advantage for that man on your screen right there. FUTWIZ Lyrics. There's a chance here to extend his lead.
Messi, keeper's off his line. He actually makes a great save and falls back to R9. And that is the lead he needed. Lyrics looking for a third, just to conclude a fantastic performance over the 2 legs. And there we go. There's the full-time whistle. Lyrics will move into the next stage of the competition.
Coming into this game, like this isn't a big game for me. So obviously for Rafsu needs it for top 4. And outside of this, Rafsu's actually like one of my friends. So I don't know, the tweet was kind of just like a little clapback because I was a bit shocked, to be honest, that he would like do that. You know, I played some people that, I don't know, I probably didn't agree with how they played in FIFA, and I still shook their hand. So I don't know, it's kind of a bit petty on my end, but nah, like, I don't know. I guess for me it was just a game, but obviously for him he needed top 4, and he was the one that was looking for vengeance, but not me. This was just another game for me.
It is time for our final Xbox quarterfinal now turn. R9 now goes for the Cruyff turn! And the Cruyff turn from R9 is enough to create the space for the first goal of the game. Cruyff's going to get another opportunity. The little stop-up creates just enough space for Johan Cruyff to cast a spell and find the top corner. We are over the allotted stoppage time. Eusebio has to keep going forward. Blanc gets the tackle in. Neymar, dragged back from him. Dylan Mike is worried here, and that's exactly why. 4 minutes of added time on the clock. He did everything he could to win the ball back. But Razek kept his composure. He forced his way towards goal. And Zinedine Zidane has once again changed everything.
He just started panicking, Dylan Mike. You saw the slide in the box. You never slide like that in the box unless you're panicking.
Is it going to be Dylan Mike with the last chance? In this quarterfinal, R9 causing all sorts of problems, but just overruns the ball. We're going to extra time. I can't get there. Eusebio! And the turnaround is complete. Nicolas Razek might have done something special. Surely there's not another twist in the tail. Heel to heel from Neymar. Here's Vieira. Here's R9! 119 minutes. And 5-5 on aggregate, and R9 and Dylan Mike. They never say die. Dylan Mike has a 1 penalty lead here. And he slots it away, and now he's up by 2.
Make that 2. Can Razek put 1 in the back of the net?
Saved again!
And it's all down to this for Dylan Mike.
Dylan Mike to go through to the semi-final, saved! Once again, and Razek needs to score. Pele, Yashin, saved! And when all is said and done, somehow, some way, Dylan Mike is in the Xbox semi-final. What a game.
What a roller coaster of emotions for that young man. The youngest ever FUT Champions Cup winner stays alive with another penalty shootout victory.
You know about Lyrics, and do you think you can beat him?
I think, yeah, Lyrics, obviously I know him, he's also in my agency. And sometimes we played at the Draft Story Cup, which was like also a smaller tournament, and he beat me there in a best of 3 with 2-1. Also were really close games, all decided by 1 goal, so I think it will be an interesting matchup tomorrow.
Interesting then, so we're into our PlayStation side of the bracket now, Richard. We know our Final 4 for Xbox. We need to find out our Final 4 for the PlayStation, obviously who will be going into Championship Sunday. And we're kicking off with our first quarterfinal, Richard, in which it will be Houston up against Verfilza. Verfilza, not lost a game so far in the tournament, but we keep talking back in November last year because it was the same situation.
Knocking someone out and getting Marco in. Oh, what's up with that? What has happened there?
It took me by surprise as well, Richard. Cristiano Ronaldo, direct approach in front of goal, just smashed it. Zidane, back to R9, there it is!
That's the goal. The last chance will fall to the Brazilian.
Can he take it though? Can the fellow Brazilian icon himself get a huge goal for him? Cruyff on the edge of the box, it's going to fall to Ronaldo! Oh! It's going to get squeezed in somehow! And Verfilza might have just clutched up in the 90th minute to ensure they will be the first semi-finalist going through to Championship. I can't even speak. Championship Sunday. He remains unbeaten, Richard. 7-0 in matches.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah, at this moment, I was in a big chance with Ronaldo, and I think passing to R9 was impossible because Van Dijk was there. And then I need to shoot. And finesse in this situation, maybe Van Dijk would block. So I thought, I need to smash this in the keeper side.
On to Jeffrey versus Crazy. I mean, 2 incredible players. They are here
Super
for a
solid
reason.
players, yeah.
However, Verfilza's going to be thinking, all right, they're nervous, they're not creating enough chances, and I think I can break them down. Could all come down to the final 30 seconds. How many times have we seen goals scored in the 90th minute because of a mistake?
Vieira's the man who's orchestrating the attack. R9's managed to get around the corner. There's a man completely free in the middle. Patrick Vieira, is there a winner? The rains have fallen and we have a goal.
182 minutes of FIFA, and finally a goal is scored.
And we are underway on the other side of the bracket now. It's our 3rd out of 4 quarterfinals. It's Dito up against Lucas Rep. Short on that right foot, just going to bury that into the top-hand corner, and that's exactly what he'll do. Lucas Rep straight back into this matchup. Round the back, round to the goalkeeper, and it just seems to cause problems. Lucas Rep will be in the Final Four. $7,500, Richard, and 800 Global Series points. And you can see the outpour of emotion for the Brazilian.
Let's jump straight into this game between Maestro and West Ham. Yago.
Wow, wow, wow. Last game of the day now, our last quarter-final. Who will be joining Lucas Rep? Neymar has to take this one for Maestro, and he will. And by that reaction, you probably thought Yago scored. He didn't. He just conceded, and he knows how disappointed he is. I just feel like Maestro's getting into gear 5, gear 6 now as he's starting to move forward. Fake shot. Surely a goal. There it is. Maestro doing Maestro things. Maestro trailing by a goal. 3-2 down. He was 2 goals down before. He knows mentally he's got the belief to bounce back. He's only 1 goal down. Is that chance now? There's Messi on the right foot. Some people don't trust it. Maestro does. Into another penalty shootout. Up steps Yago. 3 out of 3. It will be 3 out of 3. Has to score this penalty for Maestro. Zidane, the French hero, off the bar. And unfortunately, he will be out of the competition. Penalties look like they're not Maestro's thing right now. And Yago maybe enjoying that one a little bit too much there. I don't think Maestro was a fan of that one at all. We pulled out the Mbappe once, twice, 3 times.
After some spectacular day 2 action, the console semi-finals are set. We have got Tekkz, we've got Spider-Kong, Dull and Mike, and Lyrics making up the Xbox side of things.
And we have the Filza, Crazy, Lucas Rep, and Yago making up the bracket on the PS4.
That's it, let's get on with the action.
It's our first Championship Sunday of the year, of the FIFA 20 Global Series. And it wouldn't be right without kicking off with Tekkz, would it? The first game of the day, the man that has all the hype about him. He won not just last year's first major, the year before that, the first major in that, back in Barcelona. If he goes and does it today, Richard, that's 3 years in a row, first major of the year, he's been able to clear up. And before we can even talk about the matchup, we're straight into it now.
With Tekkz, the consistency that he shows is unreal. What a goal that is. I'm not sure if he got a deflection from R9 on the way through. But he's hit it on the left foot. Looping shot into the top corner.
Wow, what an incredible strike to kick things off on our Championship Sunday here in Bucharest, Romania.
Now the pressure very much put onto Spider-Kong.
Close our first leg at 1-0 to Tekkz, and as Tekkz often does, will go away, have a drink, get himself ready and prepared for the second leg. There's that chance, there's the finesse! And that's probably the worst possible start for Spider-Kong in this game. R9 back to goal, surely free, yes it's free. Is a chance, surely not 4. Tried to move it on the left foot, it's not going to matter anyway. Because R9's there, and when R9 is in and around the box, there's always going to be trouble. Congratulations to Fnatic Tekkz. He will be the first name in the Xbox console final. $15,000 richer as well, and ensures he gets himself 1,400 Global Series points. And yeah, this is it, Richard. We're waiting to find out who will be joining Tekkz in our Xbox console final.
Into half time.
It is 0-0.
I can't really recall any good shot that either player has had. It's been a stalemate.
Here's that chance for FUT Lyrics now. R9 had to be perfect, and it is. It was a tough one. He got the ball, and I did question, was the defender going to do enough there? It looked like he tried to just stab a foot to try and get rid of the ball. It's still stuck to R9 though. We can see it again on the replay. It was Van Dijk there. Another day Van Dijk does win that, doesn't he? I feel like a second goal probably would finish this. Just from what we've seen so far, Messi back to goal. He's going to look for that left foot, as we probably know. Ball roll, there's that left foot, and there's the goal. We said we were waiting for it, but the ability just to move around in such a tight area. Ball roll was there, onto his left foot. Next thing you know, it's 2-0 to FUT Lyrics. We'll be back again for our console final, and it's been so impressive to watch. 0-0 in the first leg, gets the job done in the second leg. Congratulations, FUT Lyrics. You will be in our console Xbox final.
I said earlier the last game wasn't a big game, but obviously it was. I was talking rubbish. This, like, as we keep going, the games are bigger and bigger, and yeah, this is definitely the best moment by far.
How it is. He's not being able to play a natural attacking game.
Here's Messi on that left foot. Ball back. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored that goal. And the changes have worked for Filza. 1-0 to the Brazilian.
He was just able to get enough space past the defenders. Just a couple of short 1-2 passes. Crazy wasn't able to keep up with it. And finally, Fulfilza sees that shot on goal. And you got to imagine his heart rate just goes up instantly, saying, hold on a second, I've actually got a chance here. And with how this game's been going, one goal might be enough to get me through to a console final.
For Fulfilza, Cruyff stretching his legs, heading towards the corner. Hullet wins it back, but gives it away. And there is the final whistle at the end of our first PlayStation 4 semi-final. That man on the screen, Wolves Fulfilza, will be going into the final.
I'm always looking for the mistakes I made in defense, because I think defense is more important, because if I don't concede a goal and I don't give the opponent the ball, he'll get frustrated. So that's why I watch my games. I think in the attack I will probably make some goals. So my biggest, always when I'm watching my games, I will always watching my defense.
They both score goals. 5 goals to 2 in the round of 16ers also yesterday, so he can change up his play style. He can adapt to his opponent. Here's Iago now, surely going to go 1-0 up early on, and yes he is! Lucas Rep just free-flowing at the moment with his attacking play. Back to goal, Johan Cruyff! So easy for him, it looks like. A huge second goal as well in the complexion of this two-legged matchup.
Something needs to change. He knows that. Look at him. He knows that. Shake of the head. And very disappointed.
Really well done. Looking for a third early on. Richard into the down. One more into Cruyff. Round the corner. And he means business. Does West Ham, Iago. 9. Back to Hullet. There's your drag back. Is there a finish? It's a much needed goal. And it's come at a perfect time as well. Only 36 minutes into this second leg. One more chance, one more goal. It's perfect from Iago. And he will be in that PlayStation console final.
No reaction from Iago. Simply job done.
Well, we've reached the console finals, and what a lineup it is.
Yes, it's South America via England. It's Wolves Fulfilza trying to defend his unbeaten record against West Ham's Iago.
That's right, but first up, it's the Xbox, and it's the all-English final between Tekkz and Lyrics. Can Tekkz do it again? He loves competitions in Bucharest.
He does indeed, but I'm sure Lyrics will have something to say about Tekkz.
Here's Messi then for Lyrics. First chance here. Neymar on the right foot, goes near post. And foot whiz Lyrics takes the lead here in our Xbox final. Garincha into Hullet. A little bit of a desperate slide there. Ball into the box. One chance, one goal. Now in our Xbox final, it's one apiece. The Frenchman doing great defensive work as R9 burst his way into the box. Oh, and Mbappe was there. But the ball just didn't fall to the Frenchman. But when it is all said and done at the end of our first leg, nothing to split the two players. It's one apiece. Here's Garincha. Another new icon to FIFA 20. Is he going to become an iconic name for Fnatic's Tekkz? With a winning goal here, comes into a central position. Vieira dribbles forward into Eusebio. Space here for Tekkz. He's turned away, and he's found a way. As Garincha just twists, turns, as the final whistle goes, and your Xbox champion here in Bucharest, none other than Fnatic Tekkz.
He's done it again. Another major at the start of the season. Tekkz has found himself in the grand final, the cross-console final, and it's just one man that stands in his way now of making it 3 back-to-back titles at the start of a season.
Now I'm here, and I was playing Lyrics. I can't lose to Lyrics because he beat me last knockout game in Club World Cup, and he hasn't shut up since. He talks about it all the time, and he's been chatting in my ear this whole weekend, so I had to win. So that's the emotion, so he doesn't talk to me anymore. The disappointing thing is, now I'm in the cross-console final. I can't watch Liverpool, so...
That's not a bad problem.
Yes.
Or it's not the worst problem.
I might as well win now.
So Tekkz goes 9-0 and kicks off his season with yet another appearance in a grand final.
He does, but who will join him on the PS4 final? It is Fulfilza versus Iago. Let's pick that one up.
I think we're in for a bit of history, to be honest. I think this is going to be one of the first times we've seen two players go unbeaten throughout the whole tournament to match each other up in a cross-console final. So for me, Fulfilza, he controls the game so well, and defensively, he is really sound. So for me, it's going to be a Wolves Fulfilza win. Call it a Premier League clash if you want, because that is what we're going to strap ourselves into for the next 2 legs. Here's the first chance. Maybe he heard you call out for a tango, Richard. Cristiano Ronaldo is the man to perform that dance and put it past the goalkeeper. 1-0 up. It's like he can hear us.
And this right now is a really big moment in the game.
And right now, it really does feel like the perfect version of FIFA for Wolves for Filza. Spoke to Thomas as well a little bit earlier yesterday. I said, is he just enjoying the game? This student says, he's loving the game. There's a handful of players that can honestly say that, and they're the ones that are still in the competition right now. He's done so well, wow! Pick it up back to Cruyff now. He drops the shoulder and still gets the finish off as well. Not good news for Iago. Filza extends his lead to 3 goals. What a performance it has been from Filza. 3-0, surely not 4. Headed into this second leg, Iago will be saying, please no. Mbappe, back to R9. Unfortunately, a bit of a weak effort.
You saw Filza giving the ball away again there.
Tell you what, this could be half a chance for him!
Hold the phone.
He's obviously made some sort of plan. And at the moment, he's sticking to every single word of it. Back to Cruyff now. There's a few ball rolls in there. Zidane already got 1 goal. There's the fake shot. Oh, we've got a game up.
Iago with R9. Lovely fake shot, opening up the space, smashing it with the left foot.
Scores now. You'd have to say it's game over. Eusebio, ball roll, surely on the line. It's in from R9. And you can see the outpoured of emotion. Surely that is your game winner. Look at the space for him. There is a risk when you come forward. Pull it!
Game, set, and match.
Get that man in the cross-console final. One more.
Rolled out.
One more, why not? Zidane wants to get involved in the party. And that's exactly what he'll do.
3-1, 4-0, 4-0, 2-1. He is also not conceded more than 2 goals in a 2-legged game of FIFA.
And there we go. Congratulations to Wolves for Filza. He will be your PlayStation 4 champion, representing Wolves and Team Bundled. Congratulations to this man. He has been flawless, Richard, through Swiss, through knockouts, and it maybe is the Brazilians' year. Rincha into Hullet. A little bit of a desperate slide there. Ball into the box! 1 chance! 1 goal! And now in our Xbox final, it's 1 apiece.
A fantastically worked goal from Fnatic's new boy.
He's going to find Messi as well. Keeper's off his line. Is that a risk for him to take? Yes, it! Oh, what's he saying? You'd have to say it's game over. Eusebio, ball roll, surely on the line. It's in from R9. And you can see the outpoured of emotion. Surely that is your game winner.
Watched all his games in the knockouts. Tekkz is an impressive player. His attacking is so good. I'm gonna play my game, like I played the entire tournament, and let's see what happens.
Filza just knocked out Tom, so I got a bit of work to do for #Tom, but let's see if we can get it done.
For Filza versus Tekkz, South America versus England.
Yep, 2 unbeaten players meeting in the final. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
9-0, but only one of them can make it 10-0.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the 2 competitors on your screen. It is the Brazilian Filza taking on Fnatic, newly signed Tekkz, in our grand finals here in Bucharest. And I just get the feeling, Dan, this might not be the first time we see these 2 matching up this year. Back into R9, round the corner, big chance! Tekkz takes the lead!
And he takes the lead in the same fashion we've seen time and time again this tournament. It's the heel to heels that just confuse his opponent, but he's not scared to recycle that play, to go back to the midfielders. And if you are unfamiliar with how FIFA esports works in the grand final, there is a leg on the PlayStation and then a leg on the Xbox. We're starting on the PlayStation. So Tekkz arguably on his unfamiliar console.
This is looking dangerous. Lovely little dummy there. Cristiano Ronaldo for Filza. What a save by Alisson.
And Van Dijk doing some work at the back as well.
Little cheeky ball into Johan Cruyff and Tekkz. This is where he's so dangerous. A couple of step-overs. A little elastico back inside. Not enough to beat the defender, but he does have the corner. Pull it. Look at the man waiting on the edge of the box. Falls back here to Mbappe. Little turn inside. Virgil van Dijk. Can't force it through. Second chance. That will be the last chance. As for Filza puts it out of play, and Tekkz takes a 1-goal advantage into our second leg.
It got very messy in the box towards the end of it as well.
It is just all about taking that chance when it comes down. He has to put the ball in the back of the net. He is presented with another clear-cut opportunity.
Yeah, Filza's really trying to take advantage of the aggression of how Tekkz defends, how he steps up with those fullbacks and tries to win the ball back in those scary positions.
So here it is, the final 90 minutes. FUT Champions Cup Stage 1, live here from Bucharest. And you can see for Filza here, the way that he's defending, I think he's trying to presume that Tekkz is going to not go straight towards goal! But a goal it is! Tekkz doubles his lead. And that man, R9, is just deadly for Filza. Now the game has completely changed. Never been in a cross-console final before. And now he's chasing the game, not just by 1, but by 2.
And not just by 2, but also on an Xbox now. A console that I'm not particularly sure he has that much experience with, and I know it's just a controller, and I know most players are prepared for it, and they usually have some sort of controller that's modified that makes it feel like their familiar console. Would Filza have been expecting to be in a cross-console final? Would he have packed said controller? I know Tekkz would have.
Well, here's Tekkz again. He has history in his own hands at the moment, just needs to not make mistakes. And that's something that we definitely can confirm that Tekkz has not done so far here in Bucharest. As Alberto goes back into Vieira now, a third goal here. And you have to feel for Filza would be completely deflated. Here's R9, beautiful from Tekkz! He is special!
And it is so simple, but so effective.
He needs a goal before half-time if he wants any chance of getting back into this game, but Tekkz is just starting to float. Here's Neymar then on the left-hand side. Tekkz loves to entertain, and with a 3-goal advantage at this point in the game, you just wonder, is there going to be something a little bit special for us to remember? There will be a pause, and I'm just wondering if we're going to see what we're kind of expecting to see. Steven Gerrard in at camp.
Vintage Tekkz.
I told you he liked to entertain. As a huge Liverpool fan himself, he gets Steven Gerrard, the icon, in that cam position. And if he could bag a goal with him here, well, I think this might have been a perfect weekend in Bucharest.
But the fact this will be Tekkz's 5th FUT Champions Cup trophy is nothing but incredible.
Absolutely outstanding. And here is Steven Gerrard, twisting and turning. And you know what Tekkz wants to do. Wants to give us something to write home about. But stoppage time is almost up. The whistle goes. And history is made. Fnatic Tekkz is your champion here in Bucharest. He just looks unstoppable.
Barcelona, Bucharest, Singapore, Atlanta, and Bucharest again. There's something in the water here in Romania that just brings out the best in Tekkz. A lot to be said about that young man too, though, for Filza with an incredible tournament, 9-0, only losing to Tekkz in this grand final. He still walks away with 2,000 Global Series ranking points. He'll still be the top PlayStation player on the leaderboards and still gets 30 grand as well.
You won the first event in 2018, first event in 2019, first event in 2020. How does it feel, my guy?
Yeah, so before the tournament, I didn't really care if I won or lost. It's the first game I've been properly nervous for, but yeah, my phone's been going off. I think Liverpool winning 2-0, so yeah, I need to go watch that one.
And that was FUT Champions Cup Stage 1. Is anyone going to take this trophy from Tekkz. I don't know if they are. What a performance from the Englishman.
And some of the other big names crashed out, but Tekkz was not phased and takes home his 5th FUT Champions Cup.
He does indeed. That's it from us and from Bucharest. We'll see you next time. Until then, don't go changing.
He has all the time in the world and almost from the penalty spot.
Here's a chance, surely not 4. Tried to move it on the left foot.
Ball into the box. 1 chance, 1 goal. And now in our Xbox final, it's 1 apiece. And round the corner, big chance! Tekkz takes the lead. Beautiful from Tekkz. He is special.
And we may have to start carving that name on the trophy already.
He is such a talented human being.